Okay, so building a machine for myself because I'm going to give this setup with the dual monitors to Amber so she can see what she's doing instead of trying to squint at the little laptop. Now, this one will work great for her because it's built for doing video work, and it'll just hold up way better than anything else for what she uses it for. It's got like 24 gig of RAM, 24 gig of RAM, and I don't know what the primary drive is, but there's tons of space on it. Plus there's another drive in there for backup files, so that one will work good for her. I narrowed it down to 2 monitors, and I stuck the A10 APU in there, and I'm running it off the video on the APU, which is way better than running it off the cards I had. I didn't even realize that the 2 cards I have are actually not as powerful as the 6600 graphics processor that's built into the APU. So I'm trying to run my MSI 6 monitor setup. I got 2 of these cards. These are beautiful cards. I've had them a couple of years. I really like them. But I have to say that even though these GT710s are good, if I can focus on that, these GT710s are good, and I've got 2 of them, and I've also got one GT740. They're nowhere near as good as the 6600 GPU on the chip. Not only that, but I'm able to get 64-bit with no provision for 32-bit in the file system anyway. This will run at 64-bit right out of the box, no screwing around. And she's got the ability to go from 3.9 to 4.4, I think, on the turbo if she wants it, or it does it automatically. That's the way I've got it set up. 2 monitors, exactly the same. Most of these icons will be gone because they'll be moving out of here and over to mine, because these are things she won't use, but there's a lot of stuff on here she will. And that's her machine right back there, that Ragic case I bought. So back to this. This case is an extremely old AM3 case that held I believe at the time it was it came with 120 watts APU, or not APU, 120 watt power supply. Got the cage there for 2 drives. I added a second cage on the bottom of that, which will hold 2 more drives. That'll give me 4 drives with all my models and everything else. And I Frankensteined it with a King Cobra board. I don't know if you can read that. Yeah, it's a King Cobra's board. And she has the A10. And I got myself an A8 quad core. This is a quad core. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, there you go. An A8 6600 quad core. I've got 4 sticks of RAM to put in it, and I've got 4 spots, so that'll give me 12 gig. More than enough for what I'm doing for modeling. It comes with 4 SATAs, and it also comes with dual PCIe 16s if I need them, but I don't. And you can see that I transplanted this 400 watt power supply in here. It's an HP power supply. A little on the expensive side, but it plugs right in. You don't have to screw around trying to get adapters or anything like that. It plugs right in, even though it doesn't use all the pins on this particular P2 plug. It still uses enough of them so that everything works out correctly. And I got the case fan in, one of them. I've got an Arctic Cool APU cooler, which will click right in there, screw right down. Not sure how much more I have to do. I've got the old AM3 front plugged into this case, and it actually works. It even allows me to have the USB 3.0, which this board has, in place of the USB 2.0, which the other had. They never changed these cables for a variety of their boards. And the reason you use one of these cases, I might add, is because of the back piece here. Here, the motherboard expansion cards are on the right-hand side. Normal case, the motherboard expansion cards would be on the left-hand side from inside the case, or from outside the case. You can see here that I can gain access to them. They'll plug right in. And you can see here that there are my USB 3POs sitting in those 2.0 slots. Everything is able to be accessed right through this back panel piece, which was on the older case. So really, I think I actually paid like $15 or $16 for this case, and it came with an AM2 board and a weak power supply, which I salvaged out and sold, and an A4 processor, which I put over here, ready to go to somebody who wants an A4. Or I've got another A8 5500 there too. So really, what I paid for this case is cheaper than buying a new case, and since these are board-specific cases, a new case isn't going to help me because all of the card add-ins would be on this side of it as opposed to this side of it. I wouldn't be able to use them because this would be slid all the way over here on a new case. Talking about an MATX case or an ATX case, everything would be over here. These card slots would be over there. So this way I've got everything where I need it. No cobbing, no cutting out the back panel and putting it back in. I really honestly had to do almost nothing except add that extra cage for drives, 2 drives. And you can even see where the board used the existing mounts to just mount right in there. Because HP, Compaq have their own layout for these other form factor boards, these odd form factor boards. In fact, you can even see that in the bottom of this case there are the screw mounts to put the adapter on there for the CPU, APU cooler. That's where I'm at. I'm going to make a faceplate for this. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I do actually, somewhere over in all of this crapperoni, have an old, I think this is it. Yes, there we go. There's an old Compaq faceplate, which I believe might be able to snap right on here. Not sure. Huh. Okay, yeah. That's going to allow me to use that. That will allow the power supply to fit on there and the whole case. Yeah, that'll fit perfectly. So there we go. I didn't even think that would fit. This is to the old HP compact computer. And as you can see, it's going to go right on there with no problem. I think it's the same. It's even the same width. I'm surprised. Okay, poof. I can even have a DVD player so I can transfer files like that. So anyway, this is my build. It'll have two of my older monitors, which will run right off of the APU via these two slots right there, the display port and the VGA port. I also have a USB HD socket I can add if I do end up finding that I want the third monitor, but I don't think I will. And the power supply takes a standard power input. So I'm going to go back to work on this, and I'll be around later. Thanks for watching.